Hi, I'm David. Thank you for watching today. We have a 2019 Dodge Ram here in the garage today, and if you like what you see, consider subscribing. Let's get into it. So here is what we're going to be installing today. These are rear fender liners for this truck here. From the factory, the option you get is just these small half, I guess you'd call them half or third liners. They don't cover anything up here. So you would have potential for getting dirt and mud in behind them. These parts here, the option when this truck was ordered, it was $165. These list for $63, I think, but if you ask nicely, a lot of times you can get a discount at the parts counter. This is the left side, driver's side, and then the right side, passenger side, is right there. And what you'll find is that the screws are already in place. We had to do a little bit of research at the dealership trying to figure out what all we needed, but all of the screws should already be in place on your 19 Ram when you receive it. One other thing you'll need is 2 additional screws. I'll show you those in just a little while, but there's your part number, the 6512919AA. That should be the correct type of screw that goes around the fender well, and I'll show you here in just a little while. The first step is to remove this small piece under the fender right here. There is 1 screw here, and then there's 2 clips here and here. These are 8mm, all of them. Just like that. Underneath you can see the 2 clips where that piece snaps in. Alright, so underneath there's 1 screw right here that needs to be removed, and then around the perimeter of the wheel well all these screws need to be removed. You don't have to remove that screw right there. You do need to remove this screw and this screw back up under here. Next, they're behind the top 3 holes, here and there and there. There's a metal clip that's in behind here, and we need to remove those 3 clips from behind those holes. So there's a shot of one of the clips, and I'm going to try to show you the technique I used to get them out of there. You have to bear with me here. This is kind of difficult to get this shot, but I've got a pick tool here, and what I want to do is get up underneath here like that, and then I want to lift up and pull out. That was a little more violent than I would have preferred, but we got the clip out, and I'll do the other 2 off camera real quick. There's one of the clips we just removed. If you get those 2 little tangs right here on the back, I'm pretty sure that's how they're supposed to look, but if for some reason if yours get bent way out of whack when you remove them, you should be able to just squeeze those back down. They don't need to be flat. They should look pretty much just like that. So we want to take this, one of the clips that we just removed, and we want to put it in that hole right there. This one was already there. That's towards the back of the vehicle, of the truck here. And then of course that one is going to stay, it's already in place, but we need to add this clip right here. So it just slides on and then it snaps in just like that. All right, next is I have this is the rear piece, and if you look at it when you get it out, you'll see that it's actually two separate pieces right there. You can kind of see here. And what we need this back piece, but not the front piece. So if you look on the back side of it, you can see there's these plastic rivet. They've kind of been melted together, but there's 4 of them. 1 here, 2 here, and 1 here. So the technique that I used on I'll confess I already did the driver's side to practice so that I could at least be somewhat intelligent in explaining this to you. So the technique that I used was I took a 3/8 drill bit and just drilled this out on each one, and then took my trim removal tool and just kind of worked in there to pop these out. So there's your separated piece. This one I actually got in between the 2 pieces and was able to kind of pry that way, and then these pieces just popped through the holes on this one. Now we want to take our piece that we just separated. When you put this piece in here, you want to make sure that this post right here goes in that slot right there, like that. And then that hole right there, you'll put a screw. Just start it though for now. Got that screw started in there. Next, I want to put this screw in loosely. And again, I'm not going to tighten this all the way down. I just want to get it started in there for now. Okay, next, I'm going to tighten this screw down. I want to push that plastic piece towards the rear of the truck and snug it down. Okay, this is how that fender liner is orientated into the fender well. Across the front, there are clips for screws that are already in place until you get back to these last 4 holes right here. And the reason for that is because the clips are already in this plastic piece that we just put in. So now we're going to slide the liner over the wheel and then put it into place. This piece, this lip right here, it will go just over, it'll just go over up behind here. On this truck you have the plastic flare and then the metal side of the bed. You want to go behind the metal. So then the screw will go through and grab the clip, and you'll sandwich the flare with the metal bed side in the middle, and then the liner and the clip in behind there. This liner is pretty pliable, so you can lean it back, and then you just want to get it in behind. Just push it in up above the up in behind that bedside. First 2 screws I'm going to put in are this one and this one. I'm going to work my way around the edge of the fender. I think probably the best way to start would be here, and then probably down here on the bottom, and then maybe alternate front to back, because on the other side I had to kind of pull down. I had to kind of pull down on this to get the holes to line up. So I think if you start here and here, then that will get your holes to line up easier. So I've got all the screws started here along the perimeter of the opening, and I have these two screws in the back, and then these screws along here. I have not put that one in yet, and you'll recall that I've already started that one underneath. Now I'm actually a screw short. This is where those two extra screws come in that you need to order. The screws that are on here, you'll be one short on either side. The screws didn't come in whenever I picked up these liners, so we're going to have to go back and get a couple of those screws and come back and put them in later. Next thing is we want to put this plastic piece back underneath the fender. I almost forgot to tighten that screw down. So we'll take our trim piece here, and you just want to make sure that these white clips under here are still lengthwise this way, so that they will slot in. And then we'll just take this slide it on like that until it clicks. You'll see that this piece right here, it goes over the top of that liner, and then we can put our last screw in right there. Now we're going to go back and tighten all of the screws down. We're just going to snug them down to the same tightness they were when we took them off. Now here is the after shot. You can see how nice that looks. I think that's much improved over seeing all of the silver paint up under there. So now it just provides a nice clean look under there. Alright, so this concludes the install of the rear fender liners. I want to say thanks to my father-in-law. This is his new truck, so I thought it would be something nice to do for him. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, and we'll see you on the next video.